Next one, EOIR-29, Notice of Appeal of Board of Immigration appeals from decision of DHS officer. At any kind of appeal, if you apply for at any kind of work, I-20 immigration, non-immigration, everything, and then to drop, that's the case. And then at any cases, if they deny, we can apply for the notice appeal. The appeal fee is $110. Yeah, I saw that the first time so many students came to the okay, come on in. Any person's inspection, you will go up, they come to the room at the state, and if you sit here, they don't know you sleep or not. Just they watching the backside, and then they out. See? Next one, G28. G28 is the in-person one, notice of entry of appearance of as attorney or credit representative. This paper is just attorney. I have attorney. Attorney could write down that's the document. I gonna come any immigration interview with the client. I gonna come. That's the G28. G28 is the making attorney. G281, notice of appearance as attorney, matter outside the geographical confine in the United States. That one is if you interview in your country, Korea, China, Philippines, or something like that, in that time, same thing, G28, same one, but outside the United States, G281. G325, biographic information for deferred action, no fees. 639, no fee. 845, no fee. No fee is not important. And then G1041, generally is search request. Next one, general record request. Same paper. And then the bottom, H1B. H1B, so many person is getting H1B. Just visiting that fee is still $10. I didn't know that H1B. I-90. Application replace permanent resident card. Application replace permanent resident card. For the green card, you lost the green card, and then you can find it at an application for replace permanent resident card, $455. If filing to renew your card within 30 days, turning 14 years of age, and the existing card will expire before your 16th birthday. Anyway, same thing, same amount. And then The other one is no fee. 102, application for replacement initial non-immigrant arrival departure document. Not the green card, but the immigration stamp, immigration permit. That's a replacement application. Same thing, 445. Number 2, if the error was made because of information you provide or failed to provide the USCIS meaning Immigration Department, or the U.S. Department of State, 445. Next one, just to, we check it out, so the fee is in, no fee, we don't need it. Biographic, biometric service fee is required if the alien is lawful present in the CNMI when applying for the initial grant of non-immigrant status. Same thing. Next one is petition for CNMI only non-immigrant traditional workers. Non-immigration traditional worker petition for 15. Same thing, everything is same thing, is common. Next one is I-129, application for alien finance. I-129. I-130 is application for immigration. I-129 is application is non-immigration. Non-immigration status, the application is 129. Immigration application is 130. The bottom is a I-129S. Yeah, no fee, we don't need that. Next one, next page is 29. 130. That's the most important paper. You should know this paper. Petition for alien relative. Petition for alien relative is 130. I-130. 535. If you apply for the immigration, fee is 535. And then one more. I-130 plus I-485. 485 is immigration fee is 1,000, $1,140. And if you apply for the immigration, 1,140 plus 538, total 1,675. That's too much. Almost $2,000 should pay immigration if you apply for the alien immigration card. That's the too bad country. Immigration fee is so expensive. Anyone, if you involve the immigration, that's so expensive. And also, any other country for the government, if you apply for the government fee, a small amount, full rate of this year, something 10%, 5% rate up, but the United States, the immigration fees are, that's a rate up 100%, 50%. Too bad country, too bad, especially immigration department, too bad. Application for travel document. Travel. If filing for re-entry permit for an application for 575, re-entry permit. You should know that if you getting for the student visa right now, or visit visa right now, but you go back to your country and then re-enter something, in the case, you sure to re-entry permit. If you're receiving for the re-entry permit within 2 years, after 2 years, that's count. But re-entry permit, you doesn't have any. You don't have any new re-entry permit, that's too terrible. You sure to, if you going to your country and then be back within 2 years, you sure to re-entry permit. Number one, under 14 years of age or 80 years of age or older. That's a long story. Just 14 years. 575. Next line, the same thing. Under 14 of age and older, but under 80 years of age. Same one, same story. What's the difference? 575. And but under 14 years of age, that's the amount is 105, small. Number two, 14 years of age or older, but under 16 years of age. Same thing. Number three, 16 years of age older, but under 80 years of age, 16 years old. 135. 80 years of age or older, 135. Just a senior. If filing for an advance, parallel document 575. The bottom, same thing. I-131A, application for travel document. Travel document, the same thing. 575. 134, affidavit of support. Affidavit of support meaning if you apply for the green card, you doesn't have any income. In case they need you need somebody should for sign on the paper. In case that one is an affidavit of support. Affidavit of support, they don't know that the fee. And then I-140, immigration petition for alien workers. Alien workers, $700. Oh, immigration petition. I-191, application for relief under formal section 212C of the Immigration and Nationality Action 930. Application for advance permission for enter as a non-immigrant, no fee. And down to bottom one. I-193, application for waiver of passport. Waiver. 자기들 목소리가 나보다 크면 안 돼. Student is the voice, not bigger than me. Application for permission to reapply of admission into the United States after deportation for removal 932. Notice of appeal or motion. Appeal or motion. Appeal or motion, the same meaning. Appeal. If the immigration make a decision, no, I don't accept. That's and the time is appeal or motion. Motion, appeal, same meaning. Notice of motion, notice of appeal. I don't accept. Next one, I-360, petition for American widow or special immigrant. Yeah, same thing. Bottom, I-485, that's so important one. I-485, application to register permanent residence or adjust the state. For example, that one, immigration application. Just you should remember I-130 and I-485. Two. The other one is the almost you don't need it, but I-130 and I-485. That's the immigration. That's the most important one. You should remember. That one is application for green card, application to register permanent residence or adjust status. Fee is $1,140. Biometric service fee is required from application 14 to 78 years of age. Anyway, same thing. If under 14 years of age, $750, that one is so expensive. If you have four family, two adult, two student, child, in case one for $1,140. Two person is $2,280, and then two children, one for and one for how much the one for? $750. Two person, $1,500. Two adult, $2,280. Two child, $1,500. Total, how much total? Wow, that's expensive. 1,115, 1,050, and then 2,280 total, $3,780. I'll say it's so expensive. Okay, next page, page 31. I-526, immigrant petition by Netherlands investor. Standalone investor, 3,675. Next one, 526, immigration petition by regional center investor. That's the involved with the investor, so expensive. I-539, that's not important. 566, not important. I-600. I-600 meaning for the application for citizenship. But the application citizen, two different, one for I-400, the other one is I-600. 600 is petition to classify orphan as an immigrated relative. That one is adoption. If you're getting for the adoption, not over 14 years old, adoption application, after that, adoption application is permit, after that, right away, you can apply citizenship, and then time, you can apply for the citizenship. This time, 100, not 100, the I-600, I-600, and then this time is 775. I-608, application of advance processing for an urban petition. Anyway, that also citizenship fee is 775. And then that's the bottom, the same thing, that's not important. Next page is 32. Application for status as a temporary resident under section 245A of the INS. Okay, that's not important. I-698, application to adjust the status from temporary to permanent resident. Temporary resident, 1,670. Almost every year, that's the change of the fee. I really surprised. I didn't know that this fee is so expensive. One I-730, refugee, Ashley, relative petition. For he came from North Korea, or he came from any other country. Sometimes it's from China, because for the refugee, asylum relative petition. Petition to remove condition and the residence, 595. Application for employment authorization, something like that. And the bottom, that's the same one. You should review. Next page is 33. So if you on the top, I-765, that's a non-immigration petition. Same thing. In the bottom, I-800, petition to classify convention adoptee as an immigrant relative. That's the page 34. One 800A, not eligible for a fee waiver. Application for determination, suitability to adopt a child from convention country. This one is you can apply for the fee waiver. This one, A something, you cannot apply forever. Just a pass. Next page, 35, same thing. That one also, you cannot use it forever. But 9 is the, you need in the bottom, I-905, application for authorization to issue certification for healthcare worker, non-immigrant visa. For example, doctor, nurse, or any healthcare worker, 230. Next one, I-907, request for premium processing service. What's the difference? The following benefit requested are designated under the regulation for premium processing service. Yeah. And then also form I-129, former page we did, form I-129. Form I-130 is request for green card, but the form I-29 is non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant is E1, E2, E3, H1B, H3, L1, including blanket L1, OPQ or TN non-immigrant classification. In case H2B or R non-immigrant classification, $1,500. EV1, EV2, EV, like the all kind of EV, $2,500. EV1, EV2, immigrant classification, $2,500. Next one is the Form 1I-539, E1, E2, E3, something like that. All of them in case 1,750. E1 is the important extra feature. If you have any source in Korea, in China, or something, you can sell in any material at your country. In case you can apply for the visa E1. E2 is family, E2 is child. H1, H2, H2 is just employment. L1 is a main office in your country, and then your country, but you can apply for the any visa at the time is L1. You sure to remember E1 and L1. E1 or L1, after 1 year, you can apply for the green card. If you sure to E1, L1, so important and so convenience visa. Student visa is the over 10 years you can apply for the student immigration. But the E1 and then L1, after 1 year, you can apply for the immigration visa. So important. If you're getting for the E1 is the import and export. Any material you're gonna sell into your country, in case you can apply for the E1. E1 is easy. After 1 year, you can apply for the green card. Your child need not to pay any student fee. That's important. I strongly recommend, if you have any source for the immigration, source for the import and export your country. In China, in Korea, so many source you can get in the import and export. Not much. How much you sell it doesn't matter. Even a few $1,000s, starting few $1,000s. After 2-3 years, so much. After 10 years, $1 million. But right now, small amount. If you have any source, you can apply for the E1 or L1. L1 is main office in your country, but one employee for the branch office in the United States. This is L1. That's so important. I strongly recommend that you can do it. Sure to Mark 1907, Form 1 for immigration petition for alien workers. 129. Form 129 is request for E1, change the E1, but after 1 year, you applying for the immigration. And at that time, Form I-140 or I-539. This section is so important. A lot of persons don't think about it at the immigration, just a student visa 10 years. No, if you need a reasonable time, if you gonna live in the United States, anyway, that's so important. One is applying for the immigration. That's so important. And then next page, 36. That's I-907. Form I-765, application for employment authorization. $1,500. Next one is application for civil surgeon designation. And then 112, request for fee waiver. If you need a fee waiver form, immigration, any other fee is so expensive. If you don't have any money, request for fee waiver. But if you apply for the green card, fee waiver form need not. You cannot. Fee waiver form. Fee waiver meaning I don't have any money. I don't have any money, but I'm applying for the immigration green card. That's too terrible. That's not easy. That's not using for the fee waiver form. And then in the bottom, not be in person. Next page, 37. What's this? Too much. Oh, that's 37 956 application for approval on investment in commercial enterprise. Application for approval of an investment and commercial enterprise. Fee is 17,795. That's the expensive one. How much for the just first one? EV5. Yeah, EV5 is $200,000. But not EV5, application for approval as an investment in a commercial enterprise. Regional Center annual statement. Oh, that's so expensive. Next one, N300, application of a fine declaration of intention. Next one, you may request a reduced fee, something like that. Next one, application for certificate of citizenship. Oh yeah. N600 meaning application for certificate of citizenship. Wow, that's so expensive, $1,170. If you apply for the immigration for certificate citizenship, 1,000, very expensive. I don't want immigration citizenship. But next line, if filing through service in the USA, U.S. Armed Force relating to INS section 328 or 329, there's no fee. If you go to the U.S. Army, after 1 year, you can apply for the citizenship. At that time, you don't need any fee. Keep your mind. Yes, small complaint for the restaurant. I eat your place's lunch. I got some problem, something like that. Yeah, that's right also. But any kind of business, so complaints, severe the complaint. If I get those kind of business, no, I cannot. I have my sister and then sister's child, the same one, same person, but too terrible. Okay, that's doctors, and then what kind of doctors? What kind of doctor is complaining to severe?
About children,
Children,
cosmetic, pediatrician.
Dentist is so severe the complaint. For the change for the tooth. Every time, I cannot sleep, I cannot. Again. Oh wow. I think that I cannot. And then, as possible, you not going to the dental. How about the other one? Second one is complaint severe. Of course, restaurant, as possible, I'm not gonna recommend, do not order for the restaurant. Do not go to the medical, as possible dental. The CPA also, so many complaints. I cannot endure. Complaint is severe job. That's not easy. How about attorney? A lot of complaint or not? even at the complaint, but not much. They don't worry that this fight with the attorney. They don't want. Okay, and then to third one. What if I need an accommodation, disability, or are hearing impaired? Fill out from Form MC-410 Disability Accommodation Request. Give the form to your court clerk or the ADA Access Coordinator. Next one. What if I don't speak English well? Can speak English well? Ask the court clerk as soon as possible for a court to provide the interpreter. Small claim is a court making for the interpreter. That's you don't need that English. And then next one. Well, can I get the court forms I need? Go to any courthouse or your county law liability or print form at www.court.ca.gov.form. You can receiving that from the internet. What I happen at the trial? The judge will listen to both sides. The judge may make a decision at your trial or mail the decision to you later. What if I lose the case? If you lose the case, you may appeal. You have to pay a fee, same fee. Plaintiff cannot appeal their own claim. Yeah, that's so strange. Plaintiff going to the file for the suit and then he lose and then finish. That's finished. He cannot lawsuit one more time, no. But defendant, if you lose the defendant, he can appeal. That's the important. And then, same thing. Do I have option? If you lose the case, going to the appeal, in that case, attorney can appear. Small claim, attorney cannot go, but appeal case can go to the court with the attorney. Prove this is the wrong code. Wrong code. Just to put right down the zip code when applying. Code say that's the wrong code. Where should it go? Something like that. Go to the trial and try to win your case. Bring witness, receive any evidence you need to prove your case. To have the court order, witness go to the trial, fill out from something like that. Sue the person who's suing you. If you have a claim against the plaintiff and the claim is appropriate for small claim court, as described on the form, you may file defendant claim. Form SC 120. A plaintiff is form SC 100, but defendant form is SC 120. Okay. And then next title, agree with the plaintiff's claim and pay the money. Going to the court and then you can settle at the place. Okay, next page is the SC 100. This is a small claim form. Just 1, 2, 3, 4. So simple. First page, need to the person being sued You are the defendant if your name is listed in number 2 on page 2 of the form, of this form, or on form SJ 108. The person suing your plaintiff listening 1 on page 2. If you don't receive that any money of under $10,000 you making for this paper, go to court for so good experience. You and the plaintiff must go to the court on the trial date. The plaintiff is filed for the small claim paper same date, at date they stamp, court date something wrong, something so and so. Normally after 1 month. 1 month they making for the small claim court time and date. If you stamp getting for the small claim court paper, you should do the other person going to the other person send it to the paper, but small paper, court paper, you cannot deliver it by yourself. Any other persons deliver it to the other party. You may plaintiff must go court on the trial date listed below. If you do not go to court, you may lose the case. If you do not go to the court, you may lose the case. If you lose, the court can order that your wage, money, or property be taken to pay this claim. Bring a witness, receipt, and any evidence you need to prove your case. Read the form and all pages attached to understand the claim against you and to protect your right. Aviso al demandado. This is Spanish. Any legal form in the United States, Spanish put right on, and then the bottom one is Spanish. Spanish person is good. They don't need interpreter. Any legal form is making the Spanish. Maybe after 20 to 30 years, we should learn Spanish. Spanish person is so much.
Yes. It says let the case default if you don't settle or do not go to the trial. What if I never received the paper from the court? And what if the person never served the paper to me?
That's the illegal. You can appeal to the court.
And how do I prove that I'm not receiving it?
Yeah, in the case, so many persons is applying for the court claim and then didn't deliver it to him. Just he himself applying to the court and he won. In this case, is after that, after a few months or a few years, if we know that just the court applying for the I never receiving this document, and then to court action is again, doesn't matter after 5 years or 10 years.
But it says that does it have like a deadline amount for you to reply?
Yeah.
What if you don't and then the case gets saved as default and they just legally take all your stuff? Your money, your house, everything.
And at that time, we know, if he read the case, he gonna attach him for my money from the bank or something. At that, I know. What's that? I win that small claim court. No, I never received it. At that time, court is appealed. Somebody win the court case, he took my bank account. I applied for the motion, and then after 1 month, at the same date, the court action, that's different. Again, they do. At any time. Right now, I did not know, but after 5 years, he gonna take my money. What's that? 5 years ago, I win the case. At that even 5 years ago, we appealed to the court. I never received the paper in case court action again. Don't worry. Okay, and then order to go to the court. If applying to the court, that action, when they go, okay, and then stamp at order to go to the court. This action they put right down the stamp, date, time, department, name and address of court, if different from above, date, court to date. Today is the, for example, September 25th. Normally date is October 20 to 25th. Time, normally 8:30. Department, small claim court. Name and address, for example, LA 110 North Grand Street, 110 Grand Avenue, that's the small claim court. LA, California 90012. That's their court. Just to stamp here. Instruction for the suing. What's the difference? Do not use this form to recover COVID-19 rental debt or COVID-19 past 3 years small claim court not working. That's it. This time is a finish. In the bottom of the box, you are the plaintiff. The person you are being sued is the defendant. Before you file out this form, read the form SSU 110 or 100 information for this plaintiff. To know your right, you can get from form SSU 100 info at any courthouse or county law library, or go to www.ca.gov/forms. Okay, not important. Next page. Next page is number 1. The plaintiff, person, business, or public entity that is suing is plaintiff. Plaintiff meaning suing person, name. If you are plaintiff, your name, telephone number, street address, city, state, something, mailing address, same thing. If different, same one, you need not write. Email address. And then if more than one plaintiff, list the next plaintiff here. Plaintiff for husband and wife, in case husband, wife, 2 persons. Email address. Next one. Check here if more than 2 plaintiffs and attach form associate 108. For example, plaintiff is not 2, 3, or 4, and then they don't have any space. In case, just one paper put right down, and then on the top, just associate 100 and attach in the back page. Just one more paper will make them. Number 2, the defendant, person, business, or public entity, name, street, mailing address, something. If the defendant is a corporation, limited liability company meaning LLC, or public entity, list the person or agent authorized for service of process here. Name, corporation name, job title, normally job title, president or secretary something, address. The same one, check here if your case is against more than one defendant and attack form SC 104. Number 3, the plaintiff's claim the defendant owes just how much you should pay, $5,000 or $10,000 or $1,000. Sometimes it's $300. Explain below and next page. Next line, just a note. A claim for COVID-19 rental debt cannot be made on this form. Use the form. Doesn't matter. Why does the defendant owe the plaintiff money? Just the reason. Defendant borrowed the money, $500, 3 months ago, and then he didn't pay. That's all. Defendant is laundry owner. I request for the cleanup my jacket, but the cleanup is to something wrong. I request for the new jacket. Any reason, simple reason you could write down. And then next page. So simple. So you do not reason for the long story, just a simple story. Number 3. When did it happen? When did it happen? 언제 그랬는가? 언제 그랬는가는 한국 말인데. When did it happen? When did this happen? Date. If no specific date, give the time period. Date start, for example, September 1st, 1921 through October 13th, 1921, something like that. How did you calculate this money owed to you? Do not include the court to cost a fee or for money. Just he receiving from me, just for I bought for the jacket, something like that. Or he's the apartment manager, I work, he's paying or something like that, but he didn't pay, just a simple. But should remember that he didn't pay to money 3 months ago. If he paid money $3,000, at that time I bought for the some material. In this day, that material is $5,000. In this, no, this is no. Just only make money only. If you don't, if you can't, something like that, is no. Number 4, you must ask the defendant. You must ask the defendant in person, in writing, by phone, to pay you before it's due. If your claim is possession of property, you must ask the defendant to give you the property. Have you done this? Yes or no? If no, why? For example, even I request for return the money so many times. He say yes, and then after that he go to any other country. No, that's a strong, no long story. Just yes or no. That's it. Why are you filing your claim at this courthouse? That's important. Why you file this courthouse? This courthouse over the area. Check if one that applies. Number 1, A, where the defendant lives or does business. The defendant live here. Number 2, where the plaintiff property was damaged. My property here. and then damage. Number 3, where the plaintiff was injured. Plaintiff was injured this area. Number 4, where a contract meaning written or spoken, was made, signed. This place we make for the contract performed or broken by the defendant, or where the defendant lived or did business when the defendant made a contract. Contract meaning if you make for the written contract for period is the 4 years. Within 4 years you can sue 4 years. But if you don't have any written contract, just oral contract is 2 years. Past 2 years you cannot sue. Sure to remember, 2 years, written contract 4 years, oral contract is 2 years. Number B, where the buyer or lessee is same meaning for the buyer, signed the contract, leave now or lived when the contract was made. If this claim is about an offer or a contract for personal, family, or household goods, service, or loans. Normally 90% is marked 8 is 9%. C, where the buyer signed the contract, lives here, lived when the contract was made. If this form is about retail installed contract, like a credit card. Number D, where the buyer signed the contract, lives now, or lived when the contract was made, or where the vehicle is permanent garage. If this claim is about the vehicle, finance, sale, something. Number E, other. Normally 90% is number 8. He lives here, he getting the business here, or his property, I was property damaged here, plaintiff, was injured here. Normally number 8. Number 4, where a contract written or spoken was made, signed, performed, or broken by the defendant, or where the defendant lived or did business when the defendant made the contract. This including 4, number 4, that's an 8. Number 8, mark here. 6. List the zip code of the place checked in number 5 above. All the story happened to the zip code here. Number 8, zip code. He lived, the property was damaged, was injured, and the contract is made. Everything. At that time, there's a zip code, 900 something. As the zip code is different. Court should go to the just to check it out for the zip code. This is not our country. Our code section something goes. Number 7, is there a claim about an attorney-client fee dispute? Attorney and client for dispute, yes or no? If yes, and if you have had the arbitration, fill out form SC 101 attached to this form. For example, if you pay for the attorney fee, but the attorney didn't work, and then does not satisfy the work, I filed for the small claim. I paid a $3,000 attorney fee. You return the money. In the case, small claim, for even the small claim, you should check it out. If yes, have arbitration fill out for SC 101. SC 101, one page, one more page attention in case different date. Arbitration meaning arbitration for the judge, for arbitrator. Arbitration is the formal of the judge or attorney or district attorney. This person is an arbitration. Just one person, one time, within 1 month, they review and then make a decision. This is judgment, arbitration. Attorney and client dispute. If you're fighting for the attorney, that's not easy. He's professional for the legal matters. In case attorney won, arbitration, you go. Arbitration, if you go, arbitration, something you make this good for you. Number 8, are you suing a public entity? Public entity for the meaning city, county, government, police, or something like that? Yes or no? If yes, you must file a written claim with the entity first. What's mean? If you sue to the public entity, for example, you're gonna sue the LA City, you're gonna sue the LAPD. In case you should send the letter to them, letter to the public entity. For example, I'm driving in my house from my house, but the drive is too bad, and then I damaged my tire. In case you should pay for the fee. If you list any damage from the street, city should pay for the damages, but right away and then soon, no, you send the letter first, so and so, and then after that, police or city, no, there's no evidence, something like that. They say no. After that, we go to the city or government. If they say, yes, I'm sorry, I will pay, that's it. But they say, no, we don't have any evidence. In case you go to the small claim. And then, yeah, number 8, next page, number 9, have you filed more than 12 automatic small claims within the last 12 months in California? 1 year, over 12 times, so many. 12 times with the yes or no. If yes, the filing fee for this case will be higher. That's mean small claim filed just $50 per time, but over 12 times small claim fee is $75. Fee is the wrong different. Number 10, is your claim more than $2,500? Yes or no? Claim for more than $25 to $20,500. If you answer yes, you also confirm that you have not filed, and you understand that you may not file more than 2 small claim case for more than $2,500 in California during this calendar year. 11, I understand that is filing a claim in the small claim court. I have no right to appeal this claim. Yeah, plaintiff, no more, just to this case just one. I have no right to appeal this claim. Cannot appeal, but defendant can appeal. Plaintiff cannot appeal. And then I declare under penalty of perjury, under the laws of the state of California, that the information above and in any attachment to this form is true and correct. Date today, plaintiff type, plaintiff's name here, plaintiff sign here. Second plaintiff, next page, next line. If we don't have any, that's finish. That's just to put that serve the court. Court is stamped here. Send, and then you send the other parties. The other party meaning at any person over 18 years of age, at any person delivery to the other person, and then the other party is for receiving the paper. And then next page, if we going to the court, small claim settlement agreement, going to the court, do not file, okay, I know, I'm gonna pay $500, I'm gonna pay. And they settle this paper, and then they need enough court action. So when you go to the small claim, court is say, one go, the plaintiff who, defendant who, can both party, you wanna settle? If they want some settle, and then they gonna write down this paper, and then finish the case. If they don't, no, I don't wanna settle, in case they going to the court, that place. Small claim, courthouse address, plaintiff who, defendant who, case number something, that's all. And then the party agreed to settle the plaintiff claim and order go to small claim court. Small claim and defendant claim and order to go to small claim court on the following terms. Plaintiff's name agreed to pay plaintiff defendant에게 the amount of something like that. How much? The total amount shall be paid in full on or about before. Today, you request for $3,000. I'm gonna pay full amount, and then here mark before that date. In installment payment, you request for the $5,000, but I don't have any $5,000. But payable on date. First line is at the amount payable on date on the few days of each month thereafter until the agreement amount is paid in full. For example, $5,000 I request for the small claim. The other side say, I don't have any $5,000, but I'm willing to pay $3,000. They say, okay, we agree, and amount is $3,000. Payable on first day, for how many days? 10 times. $3,000, 10 times, 5, first day of each month. Every month, first month, each month, thereafter, until the agreement amount is paid full. Payments are to be made in the form of cash, certified check, or personal check, or electronic transfer, or other. Payment are to be submit something. Yeah, they're gonna pay to cash, every time cash. Payment are to be submit to payment submit, how he can submit at the following address. Two spaces, the plaintiff, to the following address, plaintiff's address, in a manner that insured receive in or above the due date, something. Other terms and conditions. Other terms and conditions so important, if defendant paying not the exact date, he should pay total amount. He paid it. $5,000, $3,000 reduced 해줬는데, reduced, but the other party didn't pay. 2 times is paying. After that, he didn't pay. In case, write down this condition here. If defendant didn't pay full amount, we should deny all the contract. He should pay total amount $5,000 and interest 10%. Put right down here. Reason for he didn't pay, and then I sent it for the small claim, and he wants the agreement, and I agree. After 2 times paying, after that he didn't pay. In case, if he didn't pay total amount within 10 months, he should pay basic amount, $5,000. Put right here. This is a settlement agreement. No judgment will be entered now. The party agree that the court will dismiss the entire action without prejudice, retain jurisdiction. Person to Code of Civil Procedure, Section 664.5. This means that either party can come back to court and request enforcement of this agreement. If you do not pay the amount agreed upon described, a judgment may be entered on the settlement agreement for the unpaid balance. Yeah, this line is the same thing. If you do not pay the amount agreed upon as described, a judgment may be entered on the settlement agreement for the unpaid balance. Unpaid balance is judgment. Enforcement must be obtained by filing a request for court order. And the answer, Judicial Council Form SC 105, following the procedure as described in the California Rule Code, Rule 32107. Date, and then print name, signature, print name, and first plaintiff, next defendant, or authorized agent. Authorized agent meaning for the apartment manager or something like that. If somebody mediator is signed. You should remember for the apartment is painting or some work. But if you don't have any license, in the California, all jobs need a license. If you don't have any license, you request for just $500 only. Over $100, $500, you cannot request it. That's so important. Some apartment managers say for paying here, one day I want to pay $200 and then he should pay within 3 days he paid. But I wanna pay one time, and after 10 days, 1 day is $200. After 10 days, it's the $2,000. But at the time, a permanent manager say, "Oh, I don't have any money. I'm sorry, I cannot pay." And then even he cannot small claim court. He cannot receive it because of he doesn't have any license. Even doesn't have any license can work and request for the money, but maximum money is $500. If you're working at any places, it's okay, but over $500, you cannot receive it. Sure to court. Yeah. And then I receiving the sign, immigration department, school, going home. You cannot also going home.
The lady was at the door.
Yeah.
The lady, I
Yeah.
think the vice president, she
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, he just
Oh.
sent me the